for some of our community members, they're recently joined in. They're wondering what is this Dutch auction that is happening in another 1.5 days. So I was just wondering, True, could you give us some details? Basically, what is this Dutch auction about? Um, it's mainly okay. It's mainly for the Neko, which is an NFT. It's a playable character. But why did we settle for a Dutch auction? What are the benefits of doing that?
Yeah, so just to give a small, kind of like explanation of what a Dutch auction is for those new here, basically it's an auction style that, in traditional markets, it basically starts at a higher price. The price decreases as time goes by. In our case, for the Nekos, which are NFTs, essentially how it'll work is that the mint price will start at zero point 0.9 Ethereum, and then 10 minutes it'll decrease 0.05 Ethereum. And then the lowest price that it can get to is zero point 0.1. So it should last about like 3 hours or so. And essentially, in terms of the benefits, we noticed that, especially we also did a comparison and a case study comparing our Inu launch to another unnamed project, which had a Dutch auction. So our Inu launch was in normal mint, and the amount of gas that was spent was crazy. I think it was more than 2,000 Ethereum spent in gas alone. And compared to the other project that did a Dutch auction, the gas was a lot less. And I'm talking about a project which was very similar in terms of the amount of mint, the trading volume, etc. So we made sure to do kind of like a reasonable comparison, right? So that's one of the benefits, the potential of reduction in gas spent, which typically would go straight to the miners, right? There's also a potential to mitigate botters, since in a normal mint, botters could just buy everything at whatever is the lowest, whatever is the price that they set. But the fact that we're starting at a higher price, it makes it so that the they wouldn't want to necessarily bought at those higher prices, right? So makes it a little difficult for them. And also the other one, which I'm most excited about, is that a quarter of any additional proceeds for the Nekos that sell over zero point 0.1 Ethereum, that will go to the community wallet, which essentially will fund many of the community driven projects that are part of that Nexus expansion program.
Right, if that's the case, right, how can I actually participate in this Dutch auction for those who are actually interested in listening right now?
Yeah, so the Dutch auction will happen in our website, so Sipher.xyz, and I believe it's posted in the official links. So just to make sure that everybody just looks at the official links channel. Do not click on any links that anybody else shares via DM, etc. But it'll happen in the website, and essentially you just need to connect your MetaMask wallet in there. And you can also connect, if you have like a hardware wallet like Ledger or Trezor, you can connect it via MetaMask to Mint as well. But then basically, as the Dutch auction is in place and the time is going by, you can see what the current price is where you could mint. And at any given price, you can mint a maximum of 5 Nekos per transaction and per wallet. You can spread them out if you want, like the 5, but that's the maximum amount. So basically open to the public. You don't need to be signed up for anything. You just log in with your wallet and that's it.
Right. So does that mean that just to clarify, if I want to secure like a Neko from the get go, right? I
Uh-huh.
can actually submit my first transaction for one Neko, for example, and
Hmm.
then later on, as the Dutch auction progresses, I can actually choose to mint up to four more. Correct?
Right, correct. Yep, that's right.
Right. Right. So what time does it start actually?
So it starts at 1:30 a.m. UTC. That's on November 6th. so around 2 days. Depending on where you are in the world, and if you're in the U.S., there's a chance that it might be actually November 5th. So I would just, suggest that you can do the conversion of that. In EST time, for those that are in the Eastern time zone, it would be November 5th at 9:30 p.m.
And since we're rounding up the Dutch auction, and since
Hmm.
True, you did quite a bit of research with regards to this. Do you have any tips for the some of our members on how to actually get ready for this Dutch auction? What are things that we should actually consider beforehand?
Yeah. So first thing is, I suggest that people that are planning to participate, please plan ahead, um, and try to at least determine a price that you are willing to purchase the Nekos for. Because once you have that, it should mitigate some of the risks. And of course, this is not like financial advice or anything, but it's basically just a suggestion. Because the better prepared you are for the Dutch auction, the most likely that you'll be able to at least secure a Neko. Um, because there's risks, such as, like, for example, if you wait till the last moment to purchase, and this is based on the research that we've done comparing to actual Dutch auction NFT sales. So, like, for example, if you purchase at the lowest price, there's a potential that there may be other people that are trying to do the same thing, right? And then you may end up risking not getting a Neko, or ending up in a potential gas war, which, the point is for us to try to reduce this. But I guess in the end, it all depends on how the market or how the participants actually react. So I would say, just there's the analysis that we performed. It's in our Notion page. It should be linked in one of the official links channel, or in the general chat. But basically, we did the comparison with another Dutch auction to see kind of like what's the typical, like, psychology of a Dutch auction, right? And there's charts and all that you can see of, like, at what point in time did people like, did most people start purchasing, and how the gas and the price reacted, because you can probably find a good purchase price point that is not necessarily in the lowest, but you'll pay around the same, even if you're paying at a higher price point. So I know I said a lot there, but essentially preparation is the most important thing, I would say.
Right. So to summarize, go in with a plan, decide the maximum price you want to pay. Not financial advice, but consider not waiting to the very last moment, because
Hmm.
from our previous analysis, what we've seen is generally you end up paying roughly the same amount, but to
Yep.
the ETH minus, as opposed to if you buy in slightly earlier, it goes back to the community fund, which can actually enhance your experience here with Sipher.